Alright. This is the video I really wanted to talk about. So my comment is on here. No one really responded to my comment. But let's just watch the video and then we'll show my comment and then we'll watch the response on my we'll see my comment and then look at their response to this video.
Why does every Jeff main get mad when we just simply ask you to fucking switch characters? Dude, there's so much damage on this other team, it's insane. We cannot have a Jeff here. I was talking in Discord and my duo was talking in-game, and he said to the Jeff, hey, I just want to keep it a buck. We just need another support ult.
Excuse me, I have Ace. I think I'm doing fine.
And this is when I hot mic'd her in the game. You might have Ace, but there's no value. There's no value here. I need help. There's too much damage.
First and foremost, we hate Jeffs on this side, so we just gonna throw that out there.
I fucking am. Shut up.
Your ult doesn't heal as much as anyone else's. It does 100 per second.
Kill them faster.
Not a real person.
No, because the Jeff player thing is an epidemic. No, they're not real.
Video game.
Just the video game thing is great, but it's when you're in quick play is only when that mentality works, not when you're playing.
Now listen, I ain't gonna let this one slide, but I'll let it slide a little bit because I'm gonna make a full video on it. But I hate that mentality of it's just quick play. It's just quick play is for like not picking meta picks. I mean, well, you could be referring to it in that sense, but it's for not picking, you know, picks that are meta. And it don't even have to be meta. Like, it's just not picking throw picks. If you're a cracked Black Widow and you're teaming with a Mantis and y'all are both going crazy, okay, alright, I saw it. Hey, I hop on my Lord Punisher, give you the team up, you know? But like, we're not going to be like, you're not playing Hella, you're not playing Strange, Mag, Emma, what are you doing? You're throwing. So if you want to go on quick play and you want to be Spider-Man and you're like 10 and 10, I mean, sure. Just do better. People try to say it's just quick play pertaining to getting mad about winning or losing. Instead of like this, okay, if I load into a game and we have 2-2-2 or 1-3-2 or basic, as long as we have two healers, I'm straight. I'd prefer a tank in there. It just depends on what the other team comp's looking like. It's more beneficial to at least have a tank and two healers. Now there's different types of comps. That works. It's just quick play means, hey, we can do these different type of comps. If it works, it works. Just if you see one tank, 3 DPS, don't be like, you know what? I think I'm gonna be the 4th DPS. So that's something when it's like, don't do that in quick play. And then another thing is, I'm still trying to win the game. I don't care if it's quick play or not. If I don't care about winning the game, I'm gonna go in a Doom game match. Unless it's a thing of like, hey, I really don't play quick play, but I'm just in this quick play playlist of the new map. Okay. Or quick play of this new game mode, and I'm just getting some footage. Okay. But if you're in quick play and you're actually just playing the quick play game, whether you're learning a character or not, the goal is still to win a game. Oh, it's just quick play. Why are you it's just the it's just a game. Let people have fun. Nigga, winning is fun. You can have fun in any you can play any character you want. Just make sure you don't lose the game for me. I'm good. It's just worse on quick play. The reason I play more quick play is because, I mean, it was worse on comp. It's worse on comp. The reason I play more quick play is because if I got to deal with stupidity, especially when I'm leveling up by like not main picks, like I'm gonna be more pissed. And y'all saw how it was with Fortnite. I kept deleting it. I deleted Fortnite like 10 times, my guy. Because it was 5 minutes of waiting, 10 minutes of looting, 1 minute of fun, and a whole bunch of pissed off in between. I remember I had a blue pump. I hit a nigga with a headshot for 9 damage. That game got deleted that fucking night.
Comp and throwing my games.
You can play whatever character you want.
Oh, I do play whatever character I want because the ones that I play bring value to the team. We never said that you were bad or doing bad. We said that your character is not bringing value to the team because the healing output does not outweigh the damage that they're doing to us. I needed to get healed for 30 seconds. This shark doesn't look at me once.
I was trying to heal you there.
I know. I'm not even mad at you. Thank you for playing Cloak and Dagger, but this person just doesn't understand. Jeff needs to be exploded out of the game files.
Please.
So what's up, Jeff Mains? Do you claim this one? And as
All right. So, and that's the reason why, like, because I was about to type this comment, and then I was like, it's funny they said that. I'm going to get to my comment in a second. And then we'll go to the response video and then come back to these comments. But, oh, there was something. Oh, I needed to get healed for 30 seconds. But I remember I was playing Luna one time. And meanwhile, it's like, I think it was like a door. It was some sort of alt where it's like a certain area that you can clearly see is like, let's say Moon Knight, Thor, whatever. You can clearly see you're here, you're gonna die. The Jeff, like, there's like a tank. I was trying to keep the tank alive. There's a DPS. I was Luna, and then I was doing a clap. The DPS was most likely gonna die because the health bar was like very minuscule. It came from doing some dives, or maybe it was like a Star-Lord. I don't remember what it was. And then the Jeff was right there, like on the very edge of it. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna heal my team right there because the Jeff can go underwater, heal himself, and get out the area because it's right there, right out of there. The Jeff proceeded to stand at the edge of the thing, got to low HP, and by the time I look at the Jeff, the nigga get hit with by Jean Grey or something, and it says, why aren't you healing me? You don't heal me. Nigga, are you serious, bro? Are you dumb? You stood in the oats. When I'm like, clearly, like, it's like if Doctor Strange zooms up and goes near by the eye of Agamotto, and I just stand there. Nigga, I know I'm about to get ulted. I'm going to move. I'm going to put shield if I'm a tank. I'm gonna do a flip if I'm Star-Lord. I'm gonna push him out of the way if I'm Invis. I'm gonna dive him if I'm Angela. I'm not playing Wolverine, so I wouldn't dive him with that. I'm gonna freeze him if I'm Luna. I'm gonna web. I would have played Penny. Rarely, if ever, would I play Penny. But if I'm Penny, I'm gonna web him. I'm gonna hit him with a CC ability. He done. No Eye of Agamotto for you. So you stand in the you stand in the O where it's clear as day. You back up. You literally, let's say you're playing on keyboard. You press S 2 times. You're out of the O. Possibly 1 time. You're out of the O. It was that close. All right, let's look at my comment. Because remember this at the end.
what's up, Jeff Mains? Do you claim this one? And
So I said this. Hold on, this is what I said. I said there's countless clips of Jeff's throwing games, and everybody's always like, we don't claim this Jeff. Yeah, well, where is the good Jeff? I've been trying to get Lord on Loki this season, and if y'all been checking out the streams, we got it 2 days ago, finally. I've been trying to get Lord on Loki this season. I also said in another video, they're like, oh, where's the healers at? And I was like, basically, in that other comment that I said in another video, I said, I was like, there's some DPS that I was trying to get out the way. You know, we got 30 million DPS. So the amount of DPS characters that I play is comparative to the amount of tank heroes and support heroes that I play. So I wanted to get a lot of the DPS out of the way, so then it's a more even number. I was saying in that other comment, damn, I got mad because I'm mad that I didn't get Lord on Loki in the beginning, because It's been nothing since season 2.5. It's been nothing but Jeff Ultron, bro. It's a plague. It's an epidemic. But let's finish this comment. Try to get Lord Loki this season, and it's impossible because every game since season 2.5 is Jeff Ultron. Now my team is down hills because I'm trying to copy enemy support ultimates. By the way, this is a moment that I'll say I would like to give a formal apology to Rocket, the character of Rocket. Now look, that video that I was talking about when I was talking about Angela, that I was like, oh, we're not going to talk about that video. It was basically a video about Angela, and it was like, oh, just like people were wrong about this character. Yeah, other people were wrong about this character. I've always been right. Wolverine is the rare exception, and I wouldn't say I was wrong about Wolverine. My bad. I just said, nah, this is not a character for me. Even to like today, after getting Lord on this many characters and getting at least multiple hours on every single character in the game, Wolverine, that's just not my playstyle. I don't like playing Wolverine. That's not how I like to play the game. Like if I like accidentally copy Wolverine as Loki, I can make something crack for a little bit, but like if I gotta play the whole game as Wolverine, like it's a lot of like, okay, let me just, okay, now boom, 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 okay, now let's get out of here, do this and down. Like I don't like playing like that. I like to be in the mix and just, you know. Like for instance, Reinhardt's apparently a good tank in Overwatch. I don't like playing that. I don't like boom boom. I don't like the melee aspect. Like at least Angela, like people are comparing her to like being a flying Reinhardt. At least like, you know, she's able to fly. What did I say? Oh, the reason I say that is because why the fuck did I say that? I'm trying to copy enemy support. I didn't even read the rest of my comment. Now my team is down hella hills. I'm trying to copy enemy support ults. Bro, because now, like, instead of, like, healing my team, I'm, like, looking for the Invis on their team, or the Cloak and Dagger on their team, the Luna Snow on their team, and the next thing you know, someone's behind me because I'm invisible, and the next thing you know, I'm visible now, and I just get deleted because everyone's like, oh, there's Loki, let's kill him. I'm like, oh my fucking goodness, bro. But why did I say that shit about Wolverine? Oh. No. It's like I know a piece that I'm thinking of when I was saying it. And how did I get to that point, though? Oh. Alright, my bad. Okay. That's how I got there. I was giving my apology to Rocket. I would like to give my formal apology to Rocket, the character, not the players. The reason I'm giving this apology is because, now if you've seen in the video when I said, I don't know, it's a short that I did. Maybe the video is just called, Hey Team, Enjoy the Amplifier. So if you search that on my channel, that'll possibly show up. But basically it was, the reason I brought up that other stuff is because I was, at the beginning of the game, everyone was like, Wolverine's trash, Storm is trash, Rocket is trash. I'm like, Storm is good, you know. She did get some buffs. I don't remember how good they were, but I was always like, oh, I like Storm. Like, I didn't play a lot of DP. I started as a healer, so I didn't play a lot of DPS at first. But like when I like checked out all the characters, I was like, oh, I like Storm. They said Storm was trash, Wolverine was trash, and when it came to Wolverine, like I said, that just wasn't my playstyle. And then Jeff, I didn't really pay him much. Jeff, what the fuck? Was Rocket. My bad. I didn't mean to do that again. Was Rocket. This is before they adjusted his ultimate. But I'm still like, oh, he's kind of cool. Like his gun just deletes people up close. I'm like, all right. I was like, hey, I think people kind of wrong about Rocket. Then next thing you know, before they even buffed his ultimate, they're like, oh, Rocket's he's kind of good. Like everyone's kind of like, He's overhated. They didn't say he was like the best. Then they buffed his ultimate. Then everyone's saying he's the best. This is why I say I'm not wrong about these. Like, everyone's like tier list or controversial now, and it don't even be that. Like, it just be, there'll be a slight adjustment, and then now that person went from F tier to S tier and it doesn't make any sense. Or they will basically say almost the same, but within half of season, they go from a F tier to a S tier to a B tier to A S. Nigga, they didn't get nerfed or buff. How are you saying this shit about Black Panther? So, you can't put me in the thing of saying, oh, you hated on Rocket. I gave him his respect. I didn't really pay any mind, but then when I started playing a little bit, I was like, he cool. Now, I'm going to play with these other supports, but he's cool. Like, I rock with him. So, the reason I tell you to bring up that video, hey team, enjoy the amplifier. It was like it's an inside joke at work. We don't say it that much, basically ever since he got the fix with his ultimate. But basically, I was like, man, and this is before season 2.5. So this is why I'm giving this apology, because it's like, you don't know what you have until it's gone. You feel me? So, I was saying, man, I went to work that day and I was like, the next day I was like, bruh, so basically the day before it was like nothing but Rocket games. And I don't remember if I was playing different roles at that time. And I was, started playing a little bit more DPS. And I'm like, man, I'm tired of hearing, hey team, enjoy the amplifier. I want to hear co-op time. I want to hear it's the grand finale. I want to hear disappear. Or no, not disappear. I want to hear shields up. But if I got to hear, hey team, enjoy the amplifier one more time, I'm going to crash out. But we didn't know what we had. Even if you take pre-patch Rocket ult, I'm taking that over to Jeff. At least I got damage boost and Rocket's still there to heal me. Once you go, bro, it's just GG. The last time I played with a Jeff in my game that wasn't on stream, that shit's probably one of my most recent games. So if you're watching the stream, you could look at my account. You probably see it. It's on Clintar, the convergence map. I'm playing Psylocke, and then I switched to Bucky. I'm kind of like the only one really doing anything. We're attacking, and then I'm about to hit this portal, and it was clean, bro. It was clean. Like we was able to survive. They was holding for a little bit. Blade was down there. He was the last one alive. He just got off point. I'm coming in with the portal. Boom, boom. Phoenix right after me. We were the sacrificial lambs, but we got the team on point. Invis, disappear. Magneto and that bitch, boom, boom. Oh, he sees two people, boom. But Jeff, soon as disappear. Yummy. And this nigga grab us and we off the point, done. So that's kind of like, that's what I'm referring to, Jeff throwing the game. And it's always people in the comments saying we don't claim this Jeff. So, any support ult, even Ultrons. Okay, Ultron's support ult versus Jeff's post patch support ult are kind of like, it's like pick your point. It's situational. And that Jeff player actually has to know what they're doing. And at some point you got to be like, well, I might fuck this up. Let me at least only get one person off the point real quick. Or let me just waste this ult. Just have that little healing bubble to make it somewhat worth it. Yeah, actually, if that, drop that little healing bubble. If you see that our teams are too close, just fucking back up and just, yeah. And then it does the little bubble like Jeff messed up, and just keep healing. You have that healing bubble and heal them. But besides that, Rocket patch at least had something beneficial to it with a damage boost. Jeff's can actively go against you. Like, and like people was talking about they should have a don't get eaten button, but like I don't even like how would you implement that and like would it even be like something where, because then you got to make another button. I don't even know how you implement that. Like maybe it's like teammates don't get eaten by default, but you can choose to get eaten. Also, there's times on my team or enemy teams, it'll be like something where it's like, damn, this Wanda's about to get this. She's finally about to get this ult off. And then Jeff eat her. And I'll be like, she was about to wipe the whole fucking team and you sold her. I would be pissed. So this is my formal apology to Rocket, the character. I hope you accept my apology. I mean it sincerely from the bottom of my heart. I didn't know what I had and I lost you. And now, since, like I said in this comment, since season 2.5, it's a little better now. Like it got a little better specifically in season 4. But season 2.5, season 3.0 was hell. Jeff Ultron every game. It was not even funny. And then season 3.5, it was a little less. And in season 4, I'm starting to see a little bit more Invis, Luna, Loki's on my team. Okay, cool. Actually, speaking of this and speaking of tier lists being wrong, now niggas are putting Jeff S tier. And here's the problem when it comes to, I might have this video I might just make this a video and then have it just be talking about like random things and rivals, bruh. Just random chatter. Also, have this, because I had a video. Actually, we're gonna see in a second. Another one of the videos I gotta talk about. Just because I'm talking about certain things doesn't mean I hate the game. I'm about to hit 500 hours. Matter of fact, I probably do have it because I just played my alt account today. My main account has like 470 hours on that bit. I got so many videos in the reserves. If this was a different game that I didn't really care about, and I recorded those videos and I didn't edit them, like, bro, I recorded those videos back in like season 2, 1. I don't even remember. Not recorded them. I wrote the ideas, like the ideas for them back in earlier season 0, season 1. Then I recorded them in like season 2.5, season 3.0. I still haven't released those. Actually, this is how you know. When they did the dev vision and now announced the team up with Hawk Namor, that's when I wrote like a lot of the scripts for those videos. If this was another game, I would have been threw that bitch in the trash. I'm like, okay, it's not worth it to try to make that video. Like, even if those videos, they just sit there and boom, 30 views. I'm like, well, what depend. 2 of them, 3 of them, I'll be a little pissed because those are more lengthy videos. But there's a video like how to know you're in the bot lobby. If that bitch get 30 views, okay, you know, I ain't just chilling. It's a game that I like. So just because I say something about it, we gonna get more into that in the future. But formal apology. Hope you accept my apology. Oh, was I talking about the Jeff Ultrons? Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, they said Jeff Ultron since then. Oh, the S tier. Yeah. People be like, this is what I be saying when I was talking about that Angela video. People, matter of fact, I'm about to pull that comment up. I don't even know if you're able to see it right here. Yeah, you can't see it right here. So basically, this is what I said. So it was a video by Flats. He said Angela is a very polarizing hero. I said I make sure I at least put in time to get the spray for every single character. Initially, I believed Angela was super weak. I see the vision now. She's kind of lacking, especially without team play. But a few tweaks here and there, and she'll have a good spot in the meta. And by good spot, oh, you could kind of see the edge of it. By good spot in the meta, I mean, you know, you can see her between mid, higher B tier, all the way up to maybe a low S tier. Right now, I think she's a cool, like, and I do my tier. If I'm doing a tier list, it's gonna be S, F tier. Okay, F is bad. D is kind of buns. You can kind of come across a good player here and there that'll do something with it. C is decent. B is good. A is great. S is OP. And I do them in order. So who's at the beginning of it, that's the best. Who's at the bottom of it, that's the worst of that tier. So then someone said, explain the hole she is lacking without team play. Please. It's a team game. Which tank thrives without team play? Y'all be using a weird combo of words. This is what I mean. I didn't even like I just responded to the lacking without team. I didn't even respond to that second part. But this is what I mean. Basically, anything besides solo or duo queue is just it's irrelevant at this. It's frowned upon at this point because it's not available. Y'all saw I did the video trying to build a team, you know, and that was a video that took me some time because I had to get the footage. And then I had to put all the footage together. I had to like write everything that I needed. I had to get it all set. And then I had to actually like, you know, go try to contact people. And right at the time I'm like trying to look at certain things. Next thing you know, they said, hey, we got rid of stacking. Well, fuck my video. Why do you have a faction thing on your page then on your game? That doesn't make any sense. Also, this doesn't mean I hate the game. But this is what I mean. Like I tell y'all all the time, when I play, I be like this. These are my headphones for my computer. I play on console, and this is my TV screen. Got the speakers right here. Y'all saw at the beginning of the stream, I forgot to turn the speakers off. It's on a splitter, so one has the cord for my headphones, and one has the it's plugged into the speakers. That way I don't have to constantly switch them. I used to switch them. And so I'll be like this. And let's for instance, what was it, the Great American Bash? There's some sort of NXT show that happened yesterday when I'm streaming this. Let's say I pop up that show, because that's not something that I have to sit there and be like, "Ooh, this is the new Christopher Nolan movie. I got to make sure I pay attention." It's something that I could play. I could like, oh, I died. Ooh, okay. And I could kind of, or if there's something and I'm like, wait, what? I could kind of rewind it and then like kind of focus on it a little bit. But basically, I'm not like constantly like, I don't have my mic on. If I want to, I could just unmute it and then say something. I don't hardly, if ever, say something. A lot of people are crybabies in this game, so I don't got time for the people to be like, now I'm about to quit. And I'm like, but dude, what are you doing, bro? Just like this video. Hey, just make the switch. We'll talk about this video. We'll go back in this video in a second. But basically, I mean, you're playing with it. You're gonna have to play quick play because you can't do that in comp unless you're like in the fucking silver bit. Let's say by the eye of August, and then Angela comes through. I got the Angela. Get her. I got Angela. I got the Strange. Focus on. Boom. Instead of being like, so that's what I mean about team play. Rather than, okay, healers should know what their job is. DPS should know what their job is. Tanks should know what their job is. You say it's a team game. Yes, but not everyone's a team. It's like, actually, it's like the Avengers. The Avengers were a group of heroes, and then they became the Avengers. I'm talking about MCU. I don't know what their origins and Star Wars was in the comics. But you watch the Avengers movie. They was fighting each other, bruh. Hulk crashed out. Thor fighting Iron Man. Thor slammed that. That's how they got the idea in Age of Ultron. Thor, boom, doom. You want me to put the hammer down? Boom. Force went crazy. They said, okay, we got to use that in the future. Hawkeye brainwashed. Black Widow, okay, I was going to say trying to recruit Hawk, but whatever, man. But we had all this going off, and then they became the Avengers. Then they looked at Loki like, yeah, what's good? What's good with it? What you going to do? You see the analogies. Someone said, now this is the person who's talking about like, all right, bro, hear me out. She's not as bad as people think. First and foremost, never in my comment did I say she was bad. I just said she's lacking. Which is the truth. Every single character is lacking unless they're towards the top of S tier. Okay, nah, unless they're an S tier. Angela's not an S tier. You're not going to convince me she's an S tier. You're also not going to convince me that she's an F tier either. She can be super disruptive and create the space. I'm guessing they meant to say if it says is. She's also team oriented. Remember back in season 0, through season 2, people thought Cap was useless unless there is a specific way you had to play them. People realized that they found out he's a menace. Remember in season 0 and 1, people thought Wolverine was a D tier pick, and Team Captain showed everyone they were playing Wolverine wrong until they realized Wolverine was absolute badass. Angela's a mix of both of his play styles. Bro, she's not going to give you a ton of kills, but she can be a menace, trust me. Some heroes need more coordinate, and then this person was responding to what the first person said, what they explain without team play. Some people could coordination with others. Wolverine, for instance, is much scarier if he can get his whole team to focus his target when he kidnaps him. That's basically what I meant. Or if I'm like, heaven, the moon haunts you, or just some sort of thing where boom. I don't know how you didn't get that through your head. Or like, let's say if you ever load in a game with me, so these are my accounts. 3XE is my main account. Boom. Hold up. Boom. Okay, okay, whatever. Boom. That's going to be the same thing on Rivals. And then my alt account is Chaos Crusader. And that's basically three of the C's. So if you ever see those in your game, or the channel used to be called ThatKiddGamer, if you ever saw them in the game, when you see me ping a Moon Knight, it either means Moon Knight is in some obscure location that no one else is seeing but me, or that nigga's walking up like these, and he's about to try to ult. But some people don't understand that. So like, well, I don't know if people understand that, but I'm doing it just so you know. So even if, like, let's say he ults in 2 more seconds, you could at least look that way and then see it for yourself and then put 2 and 2 together. So you at least have some time to react to it instead of just being in the middle of the ult and dying. So the same way of like, they don't know when you're about to ult. Matter of fact, we was in the stream earlier. and I was Doctor Strange. We're playing on a new map. I'm sitting there and I'm boom, boom, boom. The thing's low. Bop, bop, bop. Hit him with. As soon as I hit this, I just hear stand down. If I knew the nigga was about to hold, I would have sat there for a second. Soon as that hit the ground, I would have, and that the thing would have exploded. I'm like, shit, my fault. I didn't know you're about to. I didn't know. I mean, I didn't say that in the game. I don't have any mic on my alt account. I could try to plug up my mic, but actually, hold on. I could try to do that because Xbox isn't dumb as PlayStation when it comes to that regard. But yeah, and then so I responded with my comment. I was talking about the first comment. I said I made sure to use the word kind of, because she's not bad nor great in the sense that I meant. And what I meant is she's basically summed up by the quote, the famous quote, she's a jack of all trades, master at none. So she's not fantastic at one thing, but she's decent at almost everything besides obviously range fire. So what will make her kinda not lacking, is either more uptime on her jack of all trades skill set, or make her more suited for one skill set and less suited for others, but she can still do them. This nigga recommended Jeff. I had to, like, you saw the look in my eye, like, what? This nigga said you need the people around her that's good. Jeff, Ultron, Luna. I understand Luna and Ultron. Jeff, my nigga, come on, man. Don't worry, Jeff. You're not safe just yet, buddy. We gonna be on your head top. Alright, so hopefully you remember what this video is. Oh, my fault. Hopefully you remember what this I'm trash. Hopefully you remember what this video is referring to. Now, boom. So this is the response to the first video that we watched 30 minutes ago.
The egos in this game are fucking ridiculous. If the hero you're using isn't working with your team comp, or the enemy team has your counters, you just simply have to swap heroes. And let me be perfectly clear, just like my last video, if I say, can we swap off of Jeff because the damage that they have is too much, or you're being dove by Angela and Thor, which are two of your many counters, that's not me saying that you're playing bad. The hero that you chose is not the best for that particular fucking situation. Stop taking everything so...
Hold on, I didn't even hold on. Okay. I don't know if you just put random characters up here, but as Star-Lord being the first DPS I got, my first DPS, my first Lord, the first DPS I got on Lord. My first Lords were Cloak and Dagger, Doctor Strange, and then Star-Lord. Star-Lord is not a counter. I mean, you're able to do things against him, but he's not a counter to Jeff. Maybe he's a counter to have on your team, but to have against, he's not really a counter. You know what's crazy? Everyone said, back before both of them got reworked, everyone said Jeff was a counter to Iron Fist. But like when I played Iron Fist at the beginning, I was like, when I was still trying to get the spray with Iron Fist, I was like, oh, this could be a perfect time to level up Iron Fist, is when I saw the enemy Jeff. Because you just focus him, he tried to go under this when he had an infinite go underwater, you just follow him and he fucking died.
Any counters, that's not me.
Now maybe the Jeff style was like, underwater bubble, underwater bubble. But like I've been saying, and eventually when that video comes out of things be changed to the game, thing that's annoying about Iron Fist is not his damage or his dive, but this, that, and the third, his dive potential. This is how I knew. Invis just dropped. I went to Doom game mode just to like see how it's one thing to see how a character plays on a trailer than it is in a practice range, and then edit it different in actual game. So I was like, let me just try Doom game mode, then go to quick play and like actually try it in a real game. Iron Fist went up to me. I did a little post thing. He was still on my head top. I went invisible. He was still punching me while invisible. I pushed him. He said this, bro. I did the little push. He said this. What are we talking about? What? I pushed him. His ability should not negate my shit unless it's his block. Which is crazy that you maximum post block and he survives, but that's crazy. But or pure chaos block. I'm good now. Anyways, he should not be able to just negate abilities that say, hey, get out of my face. Like that's like if I did Bucky's pull, let's say this is me, this is him, this is my healer. I'm going to pill for my healer right here that's getting dove. I do my pull as Bucky and the nigga goes like this. What? Bro, take the nigga out the game then, bro.
Saying that you're playing bad. The hero that you chose is not the best for that particular fucking situation. Stop taking everything so personally. You actually give the same reaction if someone is talking shit to you versus your teammate asking you to change heroes because it's not working with the comp, and that's fucking insane to me. At the end of the day, don't play competitive video games if your fragile little ego is gonna get crushed because someone asks you to swap heroes. And don't forget, guys, if any of this stuff pisses you off, I guess you're part of the fucking problem. And as always,
so what was I gonna say? Oh, like I don't. What's crazy is the times when I get like, I kind of be like, bruh, and you'll see every single time when I'm kind of like, I'll kind of make a face when someone will say something towards me. There was only one time it was on stream. It was on the new map, not the Kunlun, the new game mode. And there's like Punisher, you're this, that, da 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 da. First and foremost, we had one healer. And I looked at it afterwards. The niggas were like, they peaked with multiple like hours and diamond. They peaked diamond in competitive. They peaked at diamond. And then it was me, a trio, and a duo. Y'all can converse with yourselves that, hey, excuse me, hey, let's another one of us go healer. Y'all all went multiple DPSs and y'all are in the party. Are you dumb? But the times when I'm kind of like make a face because I already know I'm gonna look at this person, because typically they'll say something, and it didn't dawn on me until like whenever they added that Central Park map, because I would like maybe a couple weeks after that, someone was like Star-Lord ult. Meanwhile, my whole team's dead. I'm not gonna be able to get healed. I'm looking at the whole team at the first point, and I'm waiting for my team to go up so I can fly around and ult from behind them. This nigga said Star-Lord ult, everyone's dead, and I'm looking at their whole entire team by myself with half health. I was like, okay, these people are dumb, bro. These people are dumb. Anytime someone gives me a critique, it's usually something dumb, and it's never like, hey, you got it, like, hey, like, I think I could do better healing. Can you go DPS? Can you go tank? I'm like, oh, okay. We don't play tank on domination. No. But like, I could kind of like play around their like comp. But yeah. So let's look. I didn't look at the comments on this. So let's say if they're trying to double down on this in this comment section. Part of the problem is asking Jeff that's ace when you got 0 and 6 is Luna. Yo, bro. Yo, come on, man. Conchu told me not to swap, so I won't. Alright, so let's go to this game. So we can talk about this. It's not even a Jeff thing. This is a ace thing and a stats thing. So this person said, you know, da da da. Alright. So it's always these comments right here. We don't accept this, Jeff. Da 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 da. Probably people are going, okay. Hero, you can't one trick. So we got some comments that kind of, you know, understand. Took me a minute took me a minute, but I was able to pause it when the stats spread flashes, and I can confirm that Jeff was not the problem. Jeff had the most healing in the game, and Aluna was 1 in 6. If there's anybody that was not adding value to the team, it was Aluna. I rest my case. Bronze take for real. You would be wrong, and it's 100% the mag fault. I didn't know what I was paying attention to the mag, or maybe they're joking. I don't know. But anyways, a lot of the comments are sitting there talking about the Jeff is the ace. First and foremost, we know Jeff, Ultron, in certain scenarios you could rock it a little bit. In certain lobbies, Moon Knight. There's certain characters that we call stat merchants. What does that mean? That means that, matter of fact, nah, fuck all that. Let's say, actually, no. Let me just use a character on the other side of the spectrum to get you to understand. Now, if someone gets ace, and you can see like they were doing something of value in the game, and they were Bucky, they most likely went crazy. Now that could just be like a random like game where they just went crazy, but most likely they know what they're doing. Why do I say that? Because if you ever played Bucky, and I didn't realize this, like, granted, when I first was playing Bucky, it was in the Doom game mode, but what you'll soon, if you play Bucky, or if you haven't played Bucky, basically, like, let's say, like, okay, you're playing, actually Bucky, but that might be a bad example of Bucky, because he might have the opposite effect. But if we're looking at eliminations and deaths with Bucky, that's when it kind of, you could kind of be like thinking that Bucky did nothing when they were doing more things. So Bucky could low-key have some scenarios where he's a stat merchant. But when you do certain abilities with Bucky specifically, I don't think it's just that like voltage ability. But basically, if you do that, that counts as an assist. But let's say you do a different ability with a different character, and then they get killed by someone else, that counts as an elimination and not a final hit nor an assist. So Bucky stats, actually Bucky can be the prime example, because his stats, if we're looking at eliminations, which is one of the stats that you were looking at, also that's not what's important as a support. Hey, help out and get the eliminations, but that's not your main role. Then you could look at the Bucky stats and be like, man, he didn't really do anything. But you could probably look over and, damn, like Bucky, how are you 6 and 1? Or no, that's man. How are you 10 and 6? But you don't see that Bucky got 25 assists. Yeah, because someone else racked up the kill. You have to actually go. You actually have to get the final hit as Bucky. And actually, you either have to get the final hits as Bucky, or you have to do the team play that I was talking about earlier. But let's go back to the stats, specifically with the healing in this case. So people kind of try to use the stats to justify something. I have this much healing, and even people say, "Oh, one of the most important stats is final hits." I mean, that's an important stat, but that you know can also get misconstrued. It's just the easiest to not get misconstrued, because you could basically you could actually farm up final hits as Jeff. Like when I made a rant about like Scarlet Witch, I'm like, you're not using Scarlet Witch right. She's a harasser character, bruh. She could harass anywhere. She could harass a flyer. She could harass anti-dive. She could basically, when that Punisher's putting all that damage in that tank, and that tank gets around the corner where the Punisher can't see, and that Scarlet Witch get that 50 damage that 10, 20 damage that Groot has left on his life when he went around the corner, get that damage out of there. Same thing with Jeff. A lot of times I be focusing the flyer, and don't worry, Jeff, we about to be on your head top, boy. Don't worry, we about to be on your head top. I'll be one of the most recent lords I got was Hela as well. That was like maybe 2 to 3 lords ago. So, Hela, Iron Man like this, but that Jeff got that water flowing and it's constantly going down. That Jeff got that final hit now. But let's say that Jeff didn't look up until the last second. Okay, yeah, that Jeff got that final hit. Well, let's say I was about to have another shot or let's say I hit him with the I don't remember what that ability is called, but you throw like 3 daggers into them and a couple seconds later it explodes. Let's say I hit him with one of those. I was about to get the final hit regardless. It was going to be a confirmed kill anyway. So even the final hit doesn't tell the full story. But you could look at healing. Don't worry, we about to get in your head top. We gonna use you as an example, Jeff. You could look at the healing. That's why I say Jeff is a stat merchant. Let's say, because usually if you're a character who's a flanger, whether you're like a Spider-Man who's not gonna sit still for too long, it doesn't matter if you're them or you're like a Psylocke or Magic who will do their thing, or Cap is probably the only exception because he's a tank. Cap and Venom, where they're gonna dive and then come back and get healed if they don't get a health pack. But you gotta literally stand in front of the hills like this if you're a Psylocke, Magic, or whoever the hell, for them to even focus. Now, this is not when I'm healer. When I'm healer, this is how I work with healer. I look low HP teammate, boom, boom. Low HP enemy. Let me get him out of there real quick. I got y'all. Don't worry about that. I know you got other targets to focus on. Let me throw those 2 daggers up there if I'm cloak and dagger. They out it. Get that Iron Man out the sky. You dumb boy. And I'm making my personal missions to hunt down Iron Mans and Jeffs. We got to get y'all up out of there. Ultron, you might be added to the list too, but like, at least I'm fine with having a 3rd support Ultron on my team. That's another thing. People, they was putting him in S tier. Jeff S tier, because as a 3rd support, no, you have to look in the game in totality. You have to look at people who think Jeff Ultron by themselves, they're good. No, they're not. They're not. They suck by themselves. You need at least a Luna or an Invis or a Loki. Nah, Loki, because then you gotta go try to find another support. But you need a main healer. Then you can have a little Ultron and Jeff on the side. But Jeff by himself, no bueno. Trash. Don't worry, we still on your head top, boy. Matter of fact, I might just call this whole video the roast of Jeff. We streaming, by the way. We off the cuff. Obviously, you see. So. Damn, the shit might be a little off. Usually when my footage goes above 90 minutes, like, when I look at the footage, it might, like, be off with my audio. I'm gonna put two clips back to back. I don't care. Okay, now we back. Excuse me. So, when it comes to, let's say you have 35k healing. Your teammate has 20k healing. And enemies have 25k healing. Both supports on the enemy team. Let's say around that area. That Luna could be making sure, damn, that Psylocke who popped off, making sure that Psylocke stayed alive. And oh yeah, hey, you was providing value to like keep that tank alive, but at some point, if everyone focused that one tank, that Jefferson's not. Matter of fact, let's say it's just Jefferson, Groot, Johnny. No Invis team up. That Jeff, listen. Give me Luna. Give me Luna. Luna's gonna boom, 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 boom. Snowflake is on Johnny. I'm kind of low. Let's say I'm the Groot. I'm kind of low. And I'm being that bitch. I am Groot. Like, bro, I'm gonna be in that bitch going crazy. If I got a Jeff there, shit, I'm dead. And we see in the clip, I was asking for a heal for 30 seconds. Now, I didn't see the full footage. Keep in mind, I don't know what they extended it to. You can't. Okay, bro. The shit says 93 seconds. Almost said minutes, bitch. Keep in mind, it said 93 seconds. The max length on YouTube used to be 90 seconds. And I think they extended it out of, I don't know to what now. 3 minutes now. So like, sometimes, like for instance, someone will say something in one of my shorts, but I cut out just a little bit of context because like, I'm trying to put as much context as I can in there, but I can only make my video so long. Now I can make them 3 minutes, bitch. So I can put some more context. So if I need to roast the Jeff, I'm gonna roast your bitch ass. But there's times when your support don't look at you. Or like people be like, my support never patty cakes. Jeff is never, there's never been a Jeff patty cake. I've never seen it ever once. I've never seen a Jeff patty cake. It's never I'm gonna just say it's never happened in the game. Not once. Fuck Jeff on this side, bitch. But there's we're just constantly gonna use Groot as an example. You can and then they have the team up too. You hop on when I see a Jeff and a Groot, I know the game's lost. GG's, cause that Jeff is only gonna heal himself and Groot. Oh, it's okay. Yeah, that Jeff and Groot, they're, you know, unless they're going against me, they're never gonna die. Now, when I say they're going against me, when they're in the enemy team, and unless I'm there, or unless an ult pops off, they're never gonna die. But if they're on my team, they're gonna instantly get bodied. But by the little time that they're alive, this nigga healed Groot like 6 times his health. He already had 24k heals. 24k. 2,400 heals. I said 6 times. My bad. He almost had 5k heals, just off of him and Groot. Within just like 5 seconds. Man, but he provided no value. He provided no value. What do you mean? He has the most healing. Yes. Me as the DPS who was right next to the Jeff like, hey Jeff, I know I just got a double kill. Can I please get a little bit of heal, please? It doesn't provide value to me. And in turn, doesn't provide value to what? The team. Same thing with Ultron. Ultron, you can place he's another stat merchant. You could place the drone on a Groot. Let's say that Groot is constantly taking, that's another thing. Stats don't matter. People understand that a damage blocked is part of the story, but don't understand. I thought people were over this misconception that healing, like, if you got a lot of healing and you got a lot of assists and low deaths and this, that, then okay, yeah, cool. Then we can like make the more, make the case for it. Oh, this person's the ace. You know how many games where someone is the ace for just doing the most minuscule shit, and you'll pop off and you'll get this quad, you'll get 2 quad kills, you'll go fucking 26-3 with like 12 to 15 final hits, 2 quads, most damage in the game. But this Jefferson, since he got, like 10 final hits and let's say he has 10 final hits and he has like 4k damage. Like, he just has little residual, especially this season. Now his shit does damage. I guarantee you put that Jeff in another season, that Jeff is doing nothing. I promise you. But since he get that residual damage, he can get a little bit, he can farm more stats. I don't remember when I was going to say it. But listen, I'm going to be honest. There's a couple people who I talked about I think I was going to say it with the comment with the teamwork. A couple people was like, hey, they was trying to join. And even though they weren't like, because like, listen, if you're like a silver player, I'll play with, that's the reason I have an auto account. I haven't really been playing like for like a whole season unranked, but I can play with people from a certain lower level to a certain higher level. So like, if you pull up and your shit says silver 2, okay, I'm a scan the environment. But there's a couple of people, they pulled up and their shit was between like bronze and plat, and then their shit said what's it called, preferred heroes Jeff, or they didn't put any preferred heroes. I looked at their most played heroes, they got Jeff. It'll be like a red flag. And then here's another Jeff red flag that a lot of Jeff players do. Go to recent games. If I see recent games and I see more than one, I see more than one, what do they call it? When you leave the game, they call it something. I think it just says not completed. If I see more than one not completed game throughout your entire recent game list, especially if it's competitive, I'm not even going to consider you. I don't care how much you popped. I don't care if you have a whole bunch of MVPs and SVPs. If I see a competitive game not completed more than like on 1 or 2 different occasions, I'm not even going to consider playing with someone. Because I'd rather have someone who's has C tier skill and is going to continue try to be better and, is not going to quit, than someone who's S tier. Like, let's say someone has 1 above all skill level but they just, started to play ranked, and I know that like someone gave me the knowledge that, hey, this character can solo queue to 1 above all. I'm not going to play with them if they're a quitter. If you're a quitter, I don't want you on my team. And if you're a Jeff player, if there's a lot more heroes in your bag, then I'll consider it. No, that's not what it was. It was more the leaving the games. But the Jeff thing didn't help out. It was someone I think I was playing off camera, and then they have like, anytime someone has like a TTV, I try to see if they're streaming, is like see if you know, let's see if they talking crazy, you know? And then like I'll pull up in the stream afterwards. This person was like on the enemy team, I think. Someone was like streaming, and I was like, oh, let me see, like they seem like it'll be cool to play with. And their most used hero was Jeff. I couldn't go. I was like, never mind. But back to the farming stats. They have a little function, I think, in tournaments where it's like healing received. In the future, they need to have like where you can you now after the game you can hover over a character and like see. Actually, I didn't even fully like investigate it, so it may or may not be there. But like, let's say you go under their healing stats, and then when you hover over it, it says like amount of healing per character. I bet if you go there, you're just gonna see, let's say it's 35k healing, like I said, and we're constantly using Groot. You're gonna see like 15 to 20k healing on Groot. You're gonna see, let's say Luna and Human Torch, we use those example. You're gonna see 200 HP on Human Torch. You're gonna see 1000 heal on Luna. You're gonna see this big number on certain tanks, and then like a few residual numbers on different characters, and then other characters you're gonna see basically little to none on. But with Luna, you got a snowflake on someone. You can group them up like you do with the clap. You could do not like that, bars, but you could do the same thing like with Jeff's with Jeff's little water beam. So I still don't understand. I mean, I guess I can't really be surprised. A video I'm gonna do on my main channel is talking about Shane from The Walking Dead. I was watching it in real time, people, when Rick was finally like starting to be a man in the apocalypse. People's like, Shane been known this. And then I go to people like it'll be like reactions of people reacting to it. And then all of a sudden I'm seeing people like not even still understand the character of Shane. I'm like, I thought in real time I was seeing everyone's understand what was going on in the story, but I guess not. So apparently people still don't understand your healing, although it's not as relevant as other people try to make it seem. Or Ace is kind of actually irrelevant, if we're being honest. If there's certain characters in your game, you know you're not gonna get Ace. Matter of fact, I was playing the game like, and this is not something where it's like, because it's this. No, like I said, I actively focus Iron Man's and I actively focus Jeff's. I'm gonna make sure if you're on an enemy team, you receive hell. It's my mission to get Jeff's out of the game. If I'm banning someone and I'm not banning it for my team's sake, and I'm banning it for my sake, I'm gonna start banning for my team, bitch. It's gotten to that point. Now they got some more improvements with his ult, but it's not OP. It's just, you know. And matter of fact, even if you're like a Jeff main, don't get mad at what I'm saying. Just take my advice, what I said earlier with the Jeff. If we're on a point and it's overtime, pop that ult bubble, back up off the point, use your ult so you don't get anyone. If you can't see that you're like, let's say this is your team, this is the enemy team. The cards right here, your team, enemy team. and you can't like get the like back end of this, just ult all the way back over here. So yummy, ult back here, spawn in, spawn out of the ground, and then shoot your water beam as they're on the thing. So then possibly those two heals together can qualify as an invis ult or a Luna ult. Probably not a Luna ult, but like where it's like, wow, this ult is this ult plus the Jeff healing is more strong. Like for instance, if I'm Cloak and Dagger and us against the world, after like I'm done with my thing, best believe I'm Cloak for 15 seconds. If you die, you die. Sorry, I have an ult on the ground. Make use of it. Her thing's not 15 seconds. Hey, after that bitch run out, I throw a bubble on the ground. You better get it out. You better get in my bubble, bitch. Cause I'm gonna make something crack for 15 seconds. So like, the reason I say that is, if Invis on my team goes shields up, and I'm like a different support, I'm not healing you. I'm doing damage. When a support up goes up, unless you're way over there and you need a quick heal real quick, there's no more healing. This is where the fight is. It's damage time. No matter what support you are. With that Jeff ult, you can still do healing and damage at the same time with the ult back up there and doing the thing. So take that advice. Even if I'm sitting here shitting on your favorite character, hey, take that advice. Now the reason I brought up the Iron Man is because I was talking about Ace and we have stat merchants. There's a game, like, there's times when I pop off and I'm like, I got robbed. And a lot of times it's a bitch ass Jeff. Sometimes it'll be someone and then I'll be like, okay, they got one more final hit than me, but like, I got way more assists. I got way less deaths than them. I got way more damage than them. I should, just because they got one more final hit, that doesn't mean they should get that. Like, it'll be something worse, like, I got 15 final hits, they got 14. I got 30 limbs, they got 20. I got 3 deaths, and they got 8. And I got like 20k damage, and they got like 7k. Those cases, I'll be in chat, I'll be like, I got robbed. Alright, just so y'all have like something playing, because you could probably hear the beeping in the background. And yeah, I know sometimes I'll be editing stuff and it'd be annoying, especially like when it's a Patreon video. That's why like it's harder for me to record Patreon videos, because I can't record them at a certain time, because then you'll start hearing beeping. But yeah, when it's games like that, I'll be in the chat, I'll be like, I got robbed. Especially when it be like, I be the ace the whole time, and I'm like, okay. Because the times when it happens, I like got like a new skin, so I kind of like want to show up off the MVP animation in the game. Or it's a character that like, for instance, Psylocke, you know, I liked her ult, but like, I always thought she was cool. But I thought she was kind of, maybe she was like overhyped. And then like when I changed some of her buttons on my controller, I was like, whoa, wait, now I see the vision. Talking about Angela, see the vision? Now I see the vision with Psylocke. I was like, okay, boom. Then I changed, like, all you had to do is change your controls, bruh. Now it's probably easier to start off rip on PC. But basically, if you're a controller, I think it's like, so primary fire. I forgot what its default. Primary fire, her I think maybe her invisibility option is this, and I think like L1 is her like things that she can shoot and then send them back, or maybe it's this one. Regardless, I changed this one. Like the primary fire is the same. I changed this one to her invisibility, or maybe it's this one, doesn't matter. And I changed the other trigger to the thing she could call back. So then basically, especially if you hit headshots, you just spam these You spam these, basically like alternate them. Like if you ever play like Mario Party, there's like certain games where like you gotta like constantly alternate them. Hey, just do it like that. If you hitting them headshots, they gonna disappear. No invis. But like it'll be like a game like that where it's like, okay, like Psylocke's never gonna be like, she's not gonna be like my number one pick all the time. But like, she's someone that I could do well with. So when I finally do well with her, and I'm like, hold on, hey, I'm kind of cracking, I'm kind of destroying this lobby, and then a random Jeff just fucking just steals it, or that scenario I was talking about. So I'll be ace the whole time, and I'm kind of like, hey, you know, I kind of like, I feel good that like this is a game that like, you know, I went crazy on, and I get robbed at the very last second. But there's a time when I was the ace, and I was the clear ace at the beginning of the game. Like I was the best person at the beginning of the game. There was an Iron Man, so this is why I specifically brought up Iron Man and Jeff when I was said, hey, I actively focused them. That's why I brought it up again. So this is not something of me being biased to Jeff players. I'm just talking about objective reality. So Iron Man, that Iron Man was going crazy. I think it was a different character and then switched off. So after he switched off, he went to going crazy as Iron Man. He said, before he even said anything, he was typing, was this during stream too? I think this was Central Park. I don't remember. It might have been that same stream I was doing the Loki Lord video. I think I got Lord on Loki, and I was reacting to an album later. I think maybe it was during the album reaction part. So it might not be on YouTube, but like main channel, you'll see. And if that album reaction gets taken down, it's the Doja Cat reaction. If that gets taken down, it will be on Rumble. But it's probably during that portion. I don't remember. But I was in the process of typing, because there's multiple times where I typed you got robbed when I got the ace. I'm being honest. I'm not being biased. It's just a reality. That person got robbed. Like, I don't know what these things that the system's calculating, but just because ace doesn't mean you're this and you're that. So I was just being objective. I was like, hey, you got robbed. As I was typing that, he said, how are you the ace? And then other people were kind of, yo, both, I don't forgot what they said, bro. But like, that person got robbed. Like I was the clear ace at the beginning, and then there's a time when they were the ace basically damn near the whole middle of the game. And then they gave me the ace again towards the end of the game. So it's kind of like an ice cream sandwich. So stop looking at these stats to try to justify where you're at. They only tell a part of the story. As well as like, people be like C9ing, and I'm like, bro, the only time that's happening to me is like an ability gets me off the point, or actually not, let's just say ability, whether it's like someone else's ability gets me off the point, or my own ability accidentally gets me off the point, or Jeff's ult gets me off the point. Fuck Jeff, bitch.